Of all the NPCs in Elden Ring, Alexander Warrior Jar is arguably the sentimental favorite in the community. He's brave, kind, courageous, and indefatigable. He isn't even mad at us for killing him. But let me present to you another NPC, whom I'm sure has warmed the cockles of many a tarnished's heart. An innocent soul who is perhaps the most sensitive, innocent, and sympathetic NPC in all the Souls games. We first hear him cry out to us from the road, in that famous voice of his.
You there. Could you help us out, Cully?
We get off our horse to investigate and find him disguised as a tree. Right away, he tells us he thinks he's ugly.
Why won't anyone look me in the eye? I'm not that ugly, am I?
We gently roll into him and break the spell.
What'd you go and do that for?
There he is, my favorite NPC in the game, Boc the Seamster. This poor, gentle soul is like a character right out of a Charles Dickens novel.
Some clod turned me into a tree. You were just breaking the spell, weren't you? Thank you. The name's Boc. I was pushed out of the cave, told not to come back, not ever. Then I ended up as a tree. Lucky you came along, really.
He tells us his sad story.
Oh, what a shame. When they threw me out of the cave, they took everything I owned. And so this is all I have to express my thanks. I hope you can forgive me.
The little guy gives us all he has. Already the tears are welling up in my eyes.
If you can afford to wait for a while, I could sneak back into the cave and bring back something of actual value. Then I'd be of some real use to you, I reckon.
You just have to feel for the little fella.
Right, but I'll need a moment. I'm frightened of them, so I have to gather myself. My knees start knocking, just thinking about that god-awful cave on the shore.
The voice actor, Calvin Dean, makes this character completely endearing. He gives an interesting interview over at Dan Allen Gaming.
But I did have to do a lot of oi. Oi! 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 You! There!
Link down below if you want to check that out. Boc is clearly not cut out for this brutal world, destined to be someone's victim. In this case, he tells us about the brutes who abused him in some cave. Duly outraged, we speed off to find this cave and to mete out some street justice for my lil guy. When we get there, we find Boc lying helplessly on the ground, close to death.
Oh. What are you doing here? You must leave this place at once. They'll rush in and beat you to a pulp. You'll end up just like me.
Don't you worry, little fella. I ain't putting up with no bullies on my watch. Boc is a member of a race of creatures called demi-humans, which makes them, I guess, like semi-humans or kinda of humans. More like werewolves, half-man, half-beast animals. Demi-humans are bestial in appearance, often characterized by fur, elongated faces, and pointed ears. They exhibit a blend of human and mammalian features, yet all share the common trait of possessing 5 fingers and toes. Some are as small as children, while others are of towering stature. Demi-human Queen Gillica is one of the larger types. Anywho, so we take care of these 2 demi-human goon chiefs in the cave and get the sewing needle and tailoring tools and hand them over to our favorite little demi-human.
Wait. Is that what I think it is? You got it back for me. My sewing needle. What made you go and do a thing like that? My mum was a seamstress, and that sewing kit was all I had to remember her by. I always wanted to be just like sweet old mum. Then I suppose I can't just curl up and die, can I?
Now that we've given the little werewolf his tools of the trade, he suddenly has a reason to go on with his sad little life. At some point, even Melina tells us to be nice to Boc.
Your seamster, Boc. He is always eager to see your return. Please, Will you talk to him? When you can. I'm sure he would be much contented.
I suppose one might be tempted to kill the little guy for a few runes, but what kind of monster would harm such a gentle soul? Anyway, Boc moves around a bit, but before you run into him again, you want to go grab a few other items to move his quest line along, like the golden sewing needle at the Church of Vows, and also the prattling pate You're Beautiful thingy here, found near the Hermit Village by Mount Gelmir. This thingy exudes some powerful type of mother power, offering unconditional love and assurance that all of us secretly crave to hear every now and then. Now there are a number of possible locations Boc may move to next, and I found him over here at the Altus Plateau, just waiting for me like a little puppy dog. I'll just let our conversation play out so you can hear and feel this gentle soul's humility and authenticity.
Master, do you remember me? Boc the demi-human. You helped me before and retrieved my sewing needle. Please, Master, allow me to serve you as your seamster. I can't make nothing from scratch, but I'm happy to make adjustments to your garments. Master, I was wondering, do you ever make adjustments to your garb yourself? I would, well, rather you let me do the job when possible, please. I don't ask anything in return, you know, and, well, I am your personal seamster after all. Master, my apologies. Your wardrobe includes the garb of the old demigods, and I'm afraid I can't make adjustments to them. My mum told me once that a royal seamster would do them up in a jiffy. Just wait, Master. Before long, I'll be that good too. Is that a gift for my undeserving self? Thank you kindly. But what on earth could it... Oh, amazing! I've never seen a golden needle. Not in all my life. With a spectacular royal crest to boot. Are you certain that this is for me? Oh, I can hardly believe it. Have faith in me, Master. I'll polish my craft enough that I deserve this golden gift. I'll be the golden seamster, Boc. Now I'll be able to sew anything. Even the threads of the demigods. Master, may I ask you something? Would you mind if I called you Lord? I heard that you and the other Tarnished seek the throne of the Elden Lord. Well, I know that you will be the one, and you'd make just the manner of kind-hearted Lord that I'd wish for. So please, if you would, allow me to call you Lord. You don't say. Thank you. Thank you. My lord, my lord, my lord. Please become Elden Lord. And please let I, Boc the Seamster, remain at your side. Do you think that Mum would be pleased if she knew that I'm as good as any royal seamster now? Oh, it's still not enough. I need to learn how to sew from scratch like her.
You're beautiful.
Did I just hear my mum speaking? Thank you very much. Mum was always the only one who said I was beautiful. And now, my dear Lord, let me hear her voice. Oh, please, if I may dream just once, do you feel the same way my mum did, my lord? Do you think I'm beautiful, despite these looks? Oh, my lord, my dear lord, I, Boc the Seamster, am forever in your service. May the throne of Elden Lord be yours.
Nothing demi-human about this little fella. He comes across as being totally human. He's subservient to a fault, is proud to have you as his lord. There's absolutely no trace of guile in him. We humans place a lot of value on beauty and good looks, which leaves those of us who've come up short in the handsome department shit out of luck, like yours truly and our sad little friend Boc here. Everyone is beautiful, in their own way, like the old 70s song once went.
My lord, my dear lord, I, Boc the Seamster, am forever in your service. May the throne of Elden Lord be yours.
All Boc wants is to be looked at in the eye without the beholder turning away in disgust. He wants respect, and to fit in like we all do. His mother was the only person who ever showed him any love, and the sound of her voice is all he needed to hear to carry on with a purpose, a reason for living. Boc's talents as a seamster are not all that impressive. All he can do for us now is remove capes from a few limited armor pieces like chest pieces and helmets, and only a few sets can be altered. He'll do these minor cosmetic changes for free, which is sweet, but in the end Boc brings no real value to the game or to your armor. For an NPC with such a long, complex questline, he doesn't offer us much in return. Except as a reminder that life is hard, and we are all better off showing one another a little kindness, a little love. And that it's our inner being, our character, that ultimately makes us ugly or beautiful. That's the lesson of so many stories, like the Hunchback of Notre Dame, or Beauty and the Beast, or Cyrano de Bergerac and the Ugly Duckling. And that, I think, is why Boc is in the game. He's there to keep our humanity in check. Of course, if you're not careful and give Boc a larval tear after defeating Renala, Queen of the Moon, he'll be reborn and then die. So whatever you do, do not give this saint of a creature a larval tear. If you do, I will hunt you down and I will kill you. I mean it. I'm a retired senior citizen and have nothing else to do, so I will find you. No one messes with my personal seamster and lives.
My bones. Oh, please, take the throne of Elden Lord.
You got it, Boc. The little dude believes in me, and that's all the encouragement I need to go kick some ass. And so with my personal tailor's kind words, I rush out and tear the Elden Beast a brand new butthole. Just look at this whooping. This victory is for Boc and all us ugly dudes all over the world, quietly doing our meaningless jobs with pride as best as we can, hoping maybe one day we might run into someone whose vision goes deeper than mere appearance. Be kind to one another, and be kind to me by giving me some love down below, 'cause I really do think